Hey everybody, good morning. Welcome back. The pre-market outlook session for the date of 24th of October 2025. Happy to see the Nifty came back or climbed back the 26,000 mark again in yesterday's trade, and which has been renewed because of the renewed buying strength we have been discussed even in yesterday's session. Because of this attempt taken by the Nifty, even though it has felt shy to reach further highs because the disruptions on the profit booking side happened. However, the clouds formed till now is being on the positive side, on the long build-up side, which can be treated as a buying opportunity in case the Nifty or Sensex is actually getting retraced towards the near support zones, even to the major support zones also. That can be treated as a buying opportunity, of course, because as long as the Nifty stays or Sensex stays above the October 15th high and low point, every dip, even though it is in a hasty manner or in a constructive manner, in whichever the type or behavior it is actually going to witness, that is not at all a matter, because as long as it is holding or retaining the 15th of October's high point for the time being now, and even the low point also can be treated as the best buying or demand zone for the Nifty. So until then, nothing to worry, because the market is currently in the clear bull run and the new leg also has been formed. The duty of the benchmark indices of ours will be how it is going to construct and how it is going to fulfill this new leg that has formed in the recent session. So that is the only watch out point every trader has from the day trading or positional trading aspect should actually concentrate. Based on yesterday's behavior, what we can observe means the tiredness like the behavior the Nifty witnesses on chart yesterday. Because of that, even though we already pronounced like a shy to reach further highlight, because of this action, since the gap between the support and the current market price seems to be very bigger, around 600 to 700 points it is having, even though the intactness also having the Nifty and the Sensex, to focus further higher side or the north side with an intention to attract buying, like in yesterday's small retracement happened. No, in that kind of retracement, if any is happening, the buying attraction will arise there. You also can participate there with an intention to participate in a buy on dip strategy, and you can enjoy best reward over participating in that kind of dips, while the market trying to breach near to the previous all-time high, as well as the new all-time high what we have been actually focusing may also happen within several days, we can see. So in that manner, the behavior is clearly indicating about the Indian market that is clearly strongly clouded by the positivities. That's it. For the day, the opening trend can be expected in a positive manner again, which is mainly because of the Asian market cues, along with the optimisms garnered by the US and Europe region oriented markets. After opening, the trend would be trying to consolidate, because which is very essential before giving a hasty making or a hasty breaking kind of things. If the markets or stocks are getting consolidating in the current trend, means which will be a very good signal for the further upside what we are expecting. In case if it is trying to trade volatile, that volatility may attract selling on the every rise with a support provided that is maintained. The rise can only attract the selling. Since the supports are very strong and many supports are actually protecting the fall on the benchmark indices, we cannot expect the breakdown basis or a correction basis trend on the Nifty and Sensex, so that the sell on rise basis behavior may be expected. So that is what the main thing one can actually focus and act according. And where the resistance point, where it can actually get rejected or get attracted by the selling means, of course, this 26,100 will be the great hurdle for the Nifty on an immediate basis, which may not be acting as a continued basis because that is not a positional based resistance. For the day, we can see 26,100 may be acting as a resistance. If it is continuing 1 or 2 days only, it can be. But from the positional aspect, if you want to check the resistance point, means 26,200 above, if the Nifty closes, where one can actually get the signal from the positional point of view that the Nifty will be eyeing for the 25,500, 700, even 27,000 also. On the other hand, if the Nifty breaks 26,200, first point actually on closing basis means it should close about 26,300, not 200. And in case if it is needed to get the signal through the way of breaking itself, means 26,300 will be acting as a resistance point for the current trend, because 26,277 was the previous high. And in the aim of making a new all-time high, it should break that point. So wholesome, we can treat 26,300 as a resistance point. These are all for the positional traders. From the sector side, capital goods, finance, oil and gas, IT, banking. These sectors can be expected to move the markets. From the stocks front, day traders can focus on news-based, earnings-oriented stocks like Colgate-Palmolive, Kotak Mahindra Bank, Hero MotoCorp, Indian Hotels, Laurus Labs, PFS, PTC Financial Services. And on the corporate earnings front, companies like Dr. Reddy's Laboratories, SBI Life Insurance, SBI Cards and Payments, ITC Hotels, Coforge, and Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC, amongst others also announcing their results. These are all the important companies one can focus. On either side of trade, every trade should be protected through the way of keeping a strict stop loss is our best advice for our traders. That's it from today's pre-market outlook discussion. Since the final day is approaching for the week, this is also the final week for the month of October. As per our prediction for the month of October, the Nifty or Sensex should be closing 0.9% to 1.7% higher when compared to the September month. This is what the prediction we made and reported in our monthly market outlook report. In that manner, if you check the current Nifty or Sensex level is far from our prediction of 1.7 as a maximum. So which also exceeding our predictions, but accuracy was 100%. Anyhow, let's see what is happening today and till the rest of the days also there for the month of October. Until then, we cannot actually determine about the closing percentage. Kindly refer to our market outlook report for the month of October we revealed and circulated. That will be very useful to make your informed decisions on the trading, particularly for the positional traders for the month of November. So thank you for participating in today's session. We will meet again on Monday. Anyhow, the weekly market outlook session will be presented on Saturday as usual around 11:30 a.m. tomorrow. We can see some queries fallen here that can be addressed now. So Bank Nifty 58,500 call is being held by one of our valued clients, 6 lots, and whether to hold or exit is the query here. See, it would be better in terms of Bank Nifty spot value. We can actually give you the levels. So it would be better to keep yesterday's low as stop loss. See, yesterday's low for the Bank Nifty was 57,951, around 70 to 80 points from the low it made. It has closed. So that low should be treated as the support. Anyhow, positionally, if you are seeing 57,900, that also can be treated as important support for the positional trades. 57,900. That is also very near to the close it has made yesterday. Once it closes below 57,900 in any time frame starting 15 minutes, there you can aware that the Bank Nifty can retrace further or downside may be extended further towards the zone of 57,300 levels. By having this in mind, you can keep the stop loss as 57,950 and 57,900. Between this range, you can keep the stop loss. Until it is holding this level, nothing to worry. The bounce can be expected. Even from the opening session itself, the bounce will be there. That bounce can be utilized to trim some lots since you are having multiple lots. For those giving weightage or giving a cushion for your positions already you are having, reduction in lots would be helpful. So that we are advising you to reduce the loss by using the initial opening trends bounces, if any. Because the Bank Nifty as a spot value is telling 58,300 will be resisting until it is decisively getting broken. That's it for Bank Nifty's position. Gold, silver, currently it is in the way of attracting the selling based on the profit booking. Anyhow, this is temporary selling only. From here, the phenomenal up move can be expected on the gold and silver from the long-term perspective. If you are holding current month and all, it would be better to keep the positions alive by keeping stop loss as 1,20,000 in the current gold futures value. And as long as it is holding 1,20,000, nothing to worry. The problem may be if you are holding any options, the premium may be melting. Otherwise, in case if you are holding futures, you can keep the support as we mentioned about 1,20,000 and whether we can see whether it is actually rising further or not. Until then, 1,24,500 will be acting as an immediate resistance point for the gold. Once it breaks that level, we can see the upward climbing with a renewed interest, buying interest towards the level of 1,27,000 to 1,32,000 of previous all-time high also can be expected. So positionally, the gold is still on the positive side, nothing to worry. But from the current future and options perspective, you should actually keep the stop loss and you can trade with a buy on dip strategy. On the silver side, more than the gold, the silver is giving much activity and giving good retracement also. So As long as it is holding 1,43,800 as Wednesday's 22nd of October's low, until it is holding this low, that can be treated as support, and one can keep focusing on long side, and you can get benefit in a higher way if it actually continuously held for next 1 or 2 sessions above the low or above the 22nd of October's low of 1,43,800. That will be a great signal for the silver to bounce again towards the 1,60,000 to 1,70,000 even. So that can be treated as a great buying opportunity. So that's it for gold, silver oriented. Both are positionally positive. Current, future and options basis also we have advised to reduce positions in case if you are having multiple lots. Otherwise, single lot holder also can keep the stop loss what we have mentioned or discussed for silver and gold. And you can, by holding this, by the way of maintaining stop loss strictly, you can enjoy the best reward. So that's it from today's session. With the queries, we are ending now, and we'll be meeting in the pre-market outlook session on Monday. Thanks again. Bye.